and they're expected to improve. But does that signal inflation? Meantime, reaction to the numbers that were debuted this morning. The consumer spending, is it because of stimulus? And what will happen with the next stimulus round? Third, the Fed and stimulus. Is the stimulus at issue being held up because of the Federal Reserve, or is the Federal Reserve holding your back for all this stimulus? Growth. Economists are worried about too much growth too quickly. And is this growth being spawned by stimulus checks or not? And the $600 stimulus check. Viewers continue to get the $600 stimulus check. And they get it from the IRS, and they get it when they're on SSI and SSDI. And what's happening with that SSI and SSDI in the third stimulus? I have the big details across the board on a major afternoon's recording of What the Chuck. Thank you for joining me live from Los Angeles. This is Afternoons LALATE. Thank you for joining me. It's cold outside, so I am back inside. And meantime, it's not cold like the Midwest, where nearly 3 million residents in Texas are without power again tonight. The continuing rollout of shortages of power, electric, gas, water, and heat continue to erupt across the mid and southwest. 4 million the first day, 4 million the second day, and the power grids have yet to recoup. Our hearts and wishes are out to the people of Texas. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And we're on our way to 100 million views in 9 months. Let's do it. If you missed Afternoon's Check right before this, catch that video. And if you missed Purple right before this, also catch that video, third stimulus. Meantime, if you've not become a member, you got an alert as a new member. This channel's now sending out member alerts for every video right before it goes live. Ironically, YouTube has 2 workarounds. One is you can only have 3 alerts per channel per day. Thank you, Barbara, for the super chat. You can only have 3 alerts per day per channel, but there is no limit on the number of alerts a member can receive from the channel. So by doing that, we're providing alerts to you when a video goes live so you don't miss a live recording or a taped recording. I'm next live tonight at 6 o'clock with Evenings LA, and then at 7 o'clock with Purple. More information about free money, free rent, and free utilities across the board. And let's get all to the breaking news. Boy, tomorrow morning is going to be a big, exciting, great day as new unemployment numbers are revealed, and they were expected to slightly improve. Wall Street is looking for 773,000 new claims, a slight decrease from the week before. Last week, unemployment numbers got worse. They went the other direction. A month ago, we saw the job creation number, and that was only 6,000 new jobs created in the month of January. Housing and manufacturing data will also be released Thursday morning, and I'll have them here first on LALATE. Next, reaction to the earnings numbers and reaction to the jobless claims. The new data released is causing people to wonder if the numbers this morning, which were about retail sales, which were absolutely incredibly great numbers, were driven by stimulus or not by stimulus. One analyst, Cliff Hodge, Chief Investment Officer at Cornerstone Wealth, said that the numbers you saw this morning on the channel, the massive, massive, great growth of retail sales was because of that December $600 stimulus check. When you think about it, how the additional stimulus check can affect the average consumer, with the CARES Act 1 and the second round of checks really boosting savings. At this point, we really feel strong that additional stimulus will go directly into the economy. This is great news, and this is exactly what anyone that's voting in favor of stimulus wants to hear. Earlier today, I delivered to you the news that the retail sales number for January was 5%, a growth of 5%. In December, it went down about 1%. They were expecting a growth this month of about 1%. It killed it at 5% growth. So why the big growth? They say it was the success of the $600 stimulus check. Now, you and I certainly know that $600 doesn't buy a lot, but that $600 stimulus check apparently did float right into the economy and spur retail sales. And they say that's singularly what was responsible for the massive great number this morning. It's actually more ammunition for another round of stimulus checks that are coming in the third stimulus package. The third stimulus package has a $1,400 stimulus check if you're an individual, $2,800 if you're a married couple, $1,400 if you're a child, $1,400 if you're an adult dependent. If you are a business owner, you're going to get a $5,000 check plus your stimulus check. You get $5,000 for the EIDL grant, and you're going to get $1,400 stimulus check. And you can also get a PPP check as well. If you're a college student, you can get $1,700 plus $1,400, $1,700 for financial aid. If you're an essential worker who worked during the pandemic and made less than $25,000, you'll get $1,500 as a tax credit plus $1,400. If you're a parent that has to stay home because your kid's school is closed, or you have to stay home because of COVID, or a family member has to have COVID, you're going to get $1,400 a week based upon a $73,000 annual salary plus $1,400 stimulus check. If you have children, you're going to get $1,400 plus $3,600 if that child's 5 to newborn, or $3,000 plus $1,400 if that child is 17 to 6. That will be paid either $300 to $250 a month starting the month of July. If you're a parent of 7, get ready because you're going to see $35,000 approximately in stimulus in your bank account for those children at 7 years or younger, 5 years or younger, that are 7 in the household. Now, let's cut back to the big news. Growth. Well, what does this growth mean about your stimulus? This is the forecast for the core PCE inflation as realized. It would be the firmest month increase, meaning greatest month increase, since January 2007. Wow, incredible. While keeping the year-ago core PE rate below the FOMC inflation target, says JP Morgan economists wrote this morning in a new report. So what are they saying? Economists this afternoon are looking at that number, which you heard first on this channel this morning, that retail sales number of 5% growth of retail sales. And they're saying we're expecting growth, very good growth this year. Goldman Sachs is expecting first quarter growth of going up to 6% from 5%. Morgan Stanley is expecting to grow at 7.5%. And then they talked about stimulus again. Morgan Stanley said, stimulus checks are coming. Jobs are coming back. We think it's going to happen as COVID numbers start to fall. We're still going to get that $1,400 check. Plus, there's pent-up demand. The party's just getting started. That's what he says. Next, let's turn to that $600 stimulus check. The party about that. Hey, Barbara, thank you for the lemon. The lemon's going this way. Thank you for the lemon. I really appreciate it. The $600 stimulus check. There's a lot of talk today about how the $600 stimulus check helped the economy in December and how the $1,400 stimulus check will help the economy in February. You could take the pick whether there's a yield going up of the stimulus or the economy, or now the stimulus is actually impacting the economy. We got the stimulus check already done, the second one, which is making people spend it, and the stimulus to come will spur more stimulus, more spending. Inflation has been taking a point for the last few years. The December spending legislation assured the economy of more fiscal support, as did the Biden administration, which brightened the broader discussion in the minutes. But Jerome Powell's press conference made it clear that the economy is not out of the woods, says Bob Miller, head of BlackRock. And subsequent comments from the Federal Reserve meeting reflect that the unified communication that's too soon to talk about tapering. Translation? The Federal Reserve has your back on stimulus. The biggest advocates for stimulus have been the Federal Reserve. Jerome Powell has said stimulus checks is the single biggest way to help people during this economy. One, it gets to you the faster than any other instrument. Number two, it helps you pay bills because you need to pay bills. I have a lot of people that ask me, I need to just pay pay down debt? What are the options for me? That the options are the stimulus check. The stimulus check is a universal check that can be used for a lot of different things. Next, for Jerome Powell likes the stimulus check because it helps alleviate bigger problems like rent, evictions, mortgage problems. And the stimulus check is a concise instrument that can be delivered quick, fast, and then floats to whatever you need it for, whether it's for paying bills or for helping the economy. With 10 minutes on the clock, let me tell you where we are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits. The big push today is the rejection by the Biden camp of the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness from Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer, which signaled an incredible new effort for this channel called hashtag I don't roll over. Don't roll over. That's what Democrats are now saying. Whether it's big labor or it's Democrats, people are now telling them, thank you, Kim, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. People are now telling the Biden administration that they won't roll over. Over the weekend, teachers union told the Biden administration that they won't go back into schools without vaccinations, and he backed off. The airlines met with the Biden administration, said, we won't allow you to restrict flights unless people are COVID testing. The Biden administration backed off. Today, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer said, we're not going to allow you to say $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. It should be $50,000. The Biden administration may back off. They pushed 3 times, and that's not alone. Other members of the House, thank you, Star, for the super chat. Other members of the Senate are stepping forward who are Democrats and saying FPUC needs to go higher. It's just starting. The movement of this channel, the movement of the purple power, the push back, the I don't roll over push back is working, because suddenly people are saying, you know what, just because you're president, just because you control both houses of Congress with your party, doesn't mean your party's going to do exactly what you say. This is not negative. This is pushing. This is advocating. This is demanding what you're owed. And the SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, has its path. The path? Reintroducing Elizabeth Warren's March 2020 bill to the Senate. It has all 3 items which we detail on this channel. Thank you, Lisa, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Lisa to this room with 1,000 people are in your room and 371 likes. Let's get those likes up. Come on, hit that like button. It's free to like. Let's see if we can get 1,500 people in the room and 1,000 likes. Thank you, Alicia, for becoming part of this family. You're going to get ready for the new LLA. We're just a few days away. I'm really excited for you to see it. That's why the camera angle is sort of different today. That's why you saw me outside. So get ready for the excitement about to unravel. The introduction of that bill to the Senate is so simple. It's written. It's done. Just change the date. Put it in. It has $200 a month. It has 12 months in there. It has the 20% increase. It has the new benchmark. CPIE, not COLA. It's done. Just introduce. It was supported by Chuck Schumer last year. It was written by Elizabeth Warren. Just do it again. Today, Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer said, you know what? We're not going to roll over. We're not going to roll over. We're owed $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. We're not going to do $10,000. And this is after they asked the president to do it by executive order. He said, I'm not doing it by executive order. They said, well, guess what? We're going to push you again. We're going to push you again. And that's after Ron Wyden, the Oregon senator, said, I'm going to push you on FPUC. I don't like FPUC. Well, here is the items to push. Here are the items to push. People always say, why should we have to push? They should understand this. It's not so obvious as that. Alicia, thank you for so much contradiction. I believe in when I see it. What's important to understand is this is called advocacy. People advocating their position. Everyone has a position. Everyone wants to advocate a position. And here you are advocating your position. Your position is the stimulus check is too small. It should be $2,000 plus $1,400. It should be $3,200 for adult dependents. The FPUC should be bigger, bolder, and retro. $600 a week. Shouldn't expire in late August. It should be retro. UIPUA shouldn't expire in August. The EIDL grant shouldn't be $5,000. Should be bigger and bolder. There's a lot of provisions in here we look at and we wonder, wait a second, are they not going to be bold enough? Hazard pay. Haven't seen the hazard pay. The hazard pay needs to go bigger, bolder as well. And there you go. Let me answer some of your incredible 2,000 questions and comments from yesterday's recording. But at the 15-minute mark, there's now 1,000 people in the room and 453 likes. Make sure you like this video. Let me give you the big update where we are at the mid part of this recording. The big update where we are is that the morning started with a shockingly good number. And the shockingly good number. Thank you, Melinda, for the super chat, for the dancing parents, actually. The day started with a very good number. And that very good number was January retail sales. It tracks how much spending is done in the month of January. The number was through the roof. It was absolutely through the roof. And it was spawned now, analysts believe, by that $600 stimulus check. The great news, which I also delivered earlier today, but I want to remind you right now, is IRS has now launched a place on its website to file your 2020 tax return for free. I'm going to make this very clear. One of the viewers, who's a long-time viewer, sent me a DM just about 10 minutes ago, said, LA, please make this very strong and powerful to your viewers because it worked for me. 1, she's on SSI and Ssdi. 2, she doesn't file tax returns normally because she doesn't have to. 3, she understood what I said very clearly, which is you do not have to file tax returns, but you may file a tax return, which is totally different. Number 4, she understood that the way you get the tax return, the way you get your stimulus checks that are undue is file that tax return. She filed her tax return just a few days ago with H&R Block, and she got her 2 unpaid stimulus checks, $1,200 and $600. She has $1,800 now in her account. She now has $1,800 in her account. Please, if you're watching this video, thank you, Barbara, for the super chat. If you're watching this video and you have never filed tax returns because you don't have to, please understand that is different than that you may file tax return. You don't have to is different than you still may file tax return. If you are owed, because you know this, you've watched this channel, you know the information. If you are owed a stimulus check from the first stimulus package of $1,200, and if you're owed a stimulus check for the second stimulus package of $600, or if you're missing a child's check, or if anything like that, and you're not filing returns, go do it, and you will get the check. It's as simple as that. Make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. You're going to get access to PDFs before anyone else that delineates the items that are in the third stimulus package. You're now going to get alerts whenever a video goes live before anyone else. Members have alerts when videos go live that no one else has access to. So you will have a notification sent to your email address on file right away when a video goes live. You'll never miss a recording, and you don't want to miss a recording because for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, this is the most comprehensive financial news channel there is. Let me answer some of your 2,000 questions and comments from yesterday's recording. Ron Morgan, talk over a year. If it was that slow, I'd be fired. Larry Tier, Rubio, isn't the bride's light bulb in the house? That's for sure. Christine, if it's so simple, why haven't they done it yet? Because they're congressmen. Unbelievable. And why we have to fight? These things are promised. We shouldn't have to fight. This is crazy. No bill that is written in a memo or written in a bill or introduced as a bill is promised money. For you to sit back and say $200 a month for SSI and Ssdi is promised money. It's a promise of a person running for an elective office, but once they don't hold their promise, you gotta push. You can't just say you promised me and that's it. Michael Atkinson, I see plans to raise stimulus for unemployed and children, but I've yet to see about seniors. We have managed to stay afloat so far. I don't see anything about a lousy check. Um, Untrue. Seniors on the third stimulus package get rent, they get utilities, they get food, and they get internet. You get 5 items on the third stimulus package. Lorraine, Purple Power family, we need to push for everything we can. Absolutely. Well said, Lorraine. Thank you for the nice comment. Teresa, good evening, LA and Purple Power family. Good evening, Teresa. My prayers and heart goes out to those without power tonight. Yes, and this comment was 24 hours ago, and there's people without power tonight as well. Renee Johnson, we all need it. We do all need it. Susan Potter, God bless everyone through all this. Amen. Well said, Susan. I appreciate that comment. Peter, nothing's going to happen. Oh. So Peter has a very negative comment. I'm going to ask the viewers that are tuning in, they're in the chat right now. On a 1 to 5, scale 1 to 5, with 1 being light and 5 being super strong, how negative is this comment? Nothing's going to happen. Congress is totally ineffective. Pelosi doesn't care about anything except castrating Trump. The rest of Congress enjoys arguing with each other over too much, as arguing is easier than doing their job by listening to the will of the people. They're worse than kindergarten on the first day when way less intelligence involved. Nothing's going to happen. Wow, we have a lot of 5s there. 5. I think it's a 5. Yeah, it's a 10. Someone says it's a 10. Yeah, I think it's off the Richter scale. That is about as negative as you can be. Negativity brings nothing but nothing. It doesn't work to be negative. It doesn't. 20, 10, 9. Yeah, it's 1 to scale 1 to 5. It's like a 35. Hey Jerry, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, negativity doesn't work. It doesn't work. Not to mention everything was wrong in the comment. Jessica, hello. Can you tell me what is all available for Pennsylvania? I'm on SSI. And even with assistance, it's a daily struggle. I won't be able to make rent assistance, and I don't have a lease from the landlord that took over my house. So reach out to the volunteers. They're in the pinned comment to the description of this video. They're also at the top of the chat. It's a community page, news.la.com/community. It has a series of cats on the page, and they're separated from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Reach out to them. They can help you. Dorothy McKnight, we need to start getting something at least every month to the end of this year. $1,400, then start $2,000 after that to the people in the economy. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do anything monthly to people of $2,000. And the economic data now suggest that they'll never do it. The time and place to have gotten that $2,000 stimulus check would have been last year. It's not going to happen under this type of economy where things are starting to rebound. Now, bigger, bolder stimulus checks, certainly. $2,000 on top of $1,400, yes. More business grants, yes. More money for SSI and Ssdi, yes. But a check where you just sort of sit back and get a check every month for the rest of the year, no. The economic data is not going to work. I always said that you don't want to see great economic data because economic data will start to chip you on the stimulus route. Robin Jeffries, what about SSI? Candy Frugate, rolling blackouts here where I am. Oh no, Candy, I hope you're okay. I hope you're all right, Candy. Joel Helton, when are they going to give the people the $200 for SSI and veterans? Doris, people are spending some because they're filing taxes and getting advances. Oh, interesting concept. Sully Early, if you're old to get another nail in the coffin. SCF, my nephew's in Austin, Texas. Good thing he's a Michigan boy. I don't know what that means. But he's a Michigan boy, so he's okay. Well, congratulations if you're a Michigan boy. I don't know what that means. Questions. Will the student loan be used if they start this year? The student loan debt forgiveness is expected would be effective immediately. So it would be effective immediately. So if you have $9,000 of student loan debt, it's all gone. If you have $20,000 student loan debt, Joe wants to forgive 10 of it. Elizabeth and Chuck want to forgive 50 of it. There you go. When will they get this one done? So the bill will land in the Senate on February 22nd. And then they tinker with it. I heard in March, right before the unemployment finishes. We, it's very funny. Today I got some strange DMs on Facebook. I heard. Did you hear? I heard. Did you hear? Uh, if it's something that you have to gossip about, it's probably untrue. I have never heard so much stimu gossip. Stimu gossip. It's stimulus gossip. Stimu gossip. It's just like I heard from a friend of a neighbor of a cow's uncle that yeah, don't listen to stimulus gossip. It just don't work. Yeah. I heard. There's that same person. There's an I heard in the Instagram room. There's an I heard in this room. I heard that. I heard be all the time. I heard. Yeah. I don't know why I heard. Did you hear? I heard. They heard as well. How do I file for SSI if I filed last year getting checks? Alicia, I don't know if I understand the question. But if you got your stimulus checks, the first and second one, and you're missing the third, no, if you got the first stimulus check and you're missing the second one, then you could file the tax return to get the second one. If you're missing the first and the second one, you can file the tax return to get both of them. Does anyone remember the blizzard of 78? Um, do you push a representative out of county or do they poll? Well, interesting questions we got in the room. Lord, I heard I should go to the casino, says Charlotte. Yes, I heard that too. I heard there's a big herd at the casino. So this is every time, Tammy. It is every time. Wish a computer I made a meme singing a stimulus check. When will I see you again? So people are making memes about stimulus checks in the Instagram room. I appreciate that. No negativity on the station. Question about loan forgiveness. How will student loan forgiveness work with our taxes? It won't. It'll just go away. Student loan debt forgiveness will literally just go away. That's the concept of the student loan debt forgiveness bill, meaning that if you have a certain amount, they want to go poof, it's gone. Like you wake up, it's gone. It's as simple as that. There's nothing to do with taxes. And people make it complicated. What if no? It's just gone. Meaning it just disappears. Is it true that Biden said no on the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness? Yeah, I just said said it earlier in this broadcast. He did say no to the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. I said that earlier in this show. I said it earlier today. Yes, I wish I could go to the casino. Someone said I wouldn't hear anything anymore. They want me for my stimulus check. 661 likes. 1,100 people in the room and 28 people like. Make sure you like this video. What happens after February 22nd? The bill lands in the Senate. Gun. The bill lands in the Senate. The silent parliamentarian looks at it and says, get this out of here. Get this out of here. And then the senators step up who have a spine and they say, too cheap. Too cheap. El Cheapo. El Cheapo. Who wrote this cheap thing? Go bigger, go bolder. And the senators who have a spine push, 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 push. Hopefully, Bernie Sanders says bigger. Hopefully, Ron Wyden says bigger. Hopefully, others say too small. Marco Rubio. Not referring to him, referring to his position. Hopefully he says it should go bigger and bolder on EIDL. Why so small? Why so small? Have it done my taxes plus our stimulus. I do my taxes this year. I would also receive my stimulus. Yes. So if you have not received your $600 stimulus check and or, thank you, Angela, for the massive cat. If you have not done your tax return for 2020 and you're missing a second stimulus check or a first stimulus check, either missing the $1,200 and the $600 or both, then you can file your tax return. Line 30, I believe it is, says missing stimulus check. Request it, and you'll get it right away. You go to irs.gov, they actually have a self-help about it. And if you don't know how to file a tax return, they'll help. They have a new free thing on their website where they'll file the tax return for you, where you can fill out the tax return on their website for free. Also, I've had viewers today send me messages. They went to online tax preparers and they are on SSI and SSDI. They have not filed tax returns for 10, 15 years. And within minutes, they got their $1,800 stimulus check. It's as simple as that. I did file it last year, the SSI, and I got the stimulus. So do I file this year? That's my question. Oh, so Alicia, so if you are missing a stimulus check, yes. If you're not missing a stimulus check, then I don't know. It's up to you and your tax preparation. But if you're missing a stimulus check, yes, absolutely. That is the way you get that missing $600 stimulus check. If you're not missing a stimulus check, then there's no need to file it. Then ultimately the decision about this filing the tax return is up to you or not. 1,200 people in the room with 700 likes. Let me give you the big update where we are tonight. The big update on Chuck is that tomorrow morning we'll see the new unemployment number. Wall Street's expecting 773. They're expecting it to improve. But the day started with an incredibly great economic number. The consumer purchasing number. Hey, I missed who that was. That was Marie. Everyone welcome Marie to the family. Thank you, Marie, for becoming a Purple Hawk. How are you? The day started with Wall Street seeing an incredible growth of spending in retail in the month of January. They believe this was caused by the stimulus check, analysts now say this afternoon. The number was so strong that some people were worried about the onset of inflation. They also showed the biggest gain in consumer price of goods in the month of January that they've seen in over a decade. Well, the Federal Reserve is holding its position and keeping your back, making it very clear they're not going for inflation. They're not raising rates. Don't worry. This economy is far from over. And that's the good news you want to hear. The other good news is that Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer have the bill to introduce to the Senate that would give you the SSI and SSDI. Why did they have it? Because it's exactly the bill upon which we talk about the three numbers every single day. That bill was written in March of 2020, and all they got to do is reintroduce it to the Senate. It's very simple. It's not complicated. Meantime, the other big news this afternoon is that Democrats are stepping forward to Joe Biden saying, you know what? We're not going to roll over. Hashtag not roll over. Because the stimulus packages and items that you delivered are not big enough and bold enough. You do the same thing. Take this video, share it on Facebook, tell your friends to subscribe. This is the most in-depth, most comprehensive, around-the-clock, 24 hours a day financial business channel there is. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. 800 likes and 1,100. Thank you, Gunn, for the nice super chat. Oh, the meow. I love that meow. How are you? And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. As a member, you will get an alert when the next video goes live, which is at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then the one after that is at 7 Eastern Standard Time. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a great afternoon, and stay violent for more.